Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're going to be using the fantastic Divi Supreme Modules plugin. We're going to create this widget at the bottom here. This is the widget area at the bottom, and we're going to create a widget that has a button that when you click on it, it pops up a contact form. That's really easy to do, so let's get started. First thing I want to do is enable the Visual Builder. Now while that's enabling, I'm going to go to Divi Supreme Pro, their page here. So if you go to your dashboard, once you've got Divi Supreme Pro installed and activated, you'll see this down here. Just click on it and it'll bring you straight to this page. To do what we're going to do today, you want to make sure you've got two of these switches enabled, and the ones we need to enable are enable Divi Popup, this one here, make sure it's purple, and enable Divi library shortcodes. Now the pop-up adds a little switch to every module that allows you to use it as a pop-up, which is fantastic. It really is a great idea. Divi shortcodes enables you to create a widget from any module, and again that's really useful if you use widget areas on your site. So once you've got those two enabled, save your changes. Now let's go back to our page. Now our builder's installed. First thing we need to do is build our actual contact form. And it doesn't matter where we really do this, because we're going to delete it afterwards, because we need to save it to our library. So I'm going to hit the dark add new module. Divi is standard, comes with all these light grey modules. When you add Supremes, it gives you another 40 of these darker purpley ones here. But I'm going to use just a regular Divi contact form module, and we'll do a very quick form. There we go, there's a form. In fact, that's going to do for my form. This is generic. It already puts in a name, email, message for you. If you want to add a new field, you can do. Like I say, I'm not going to spend too much time customizing this. I've done plenty of videos about that before. So we've got our form here. Most important bit is putting your email address in. Just under email, put the address in that you want the form to be sent to. And just above that, in the text area, you can put a success message in there. That'll just let people know the message has been sent once they hit the submit button. We've got a little capture on there, and a name and email address. That'll do for my form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. Now I've got the form, I want to save it to my library, and to do that I just hover over the module tab here, go to the little circle icon just next to the trash can, left click, and it'll let you add it to your library. And I'll say W form for widget form, I guess, because this is a form we're actually going to make into the pop-up widget. So I'm going to save that to my library. Okay, now that it's saved, we can actually delete it because we don't need it to be there anymore. Now I'm going to create a button that we're going to make the pop-up from. Okay, so again, click the little button. Again, I'm just going to use a regular Divi button right here. There it is. I've already got mine styled in my customizer to be purple and then blue on hover. So we've got our button. Let's say contact us. Don't need to have a link in our button today because we're going to be using it to pop up a module. And now we've actually got that. Obviously you go into design if you want to and custom design your button any way you want to. I'm going to leave mine as is for expediency today. But the important part, if we go over to advanced now and visibility, go down a little bit, you're going to see use pop-up, and that's going to enable us to use this to pop up our form. Okay, so let's switch that on to yes. And you're only going to see this use pop-up on your module after you have enabled this switch. So if you haven't enabled this switch, you're not going to see that there. Just bear that in mind. Okay, and what do we want it to pop up? Well, we want it to pop up a layout, and here underneath we select the layout from our library, and we just saved that one, and it was called W form, I believe. Now I can't see it here, and the reason is I haven't refreshed this page, so it doesn't know it's there yet. So what I'll do is I'll save this. I'm going to save the page changes. Make sure everything's saved. Once saved, I'm just going to refresh the page. Once it's loaded, let's go back into our widget right here. And we'll go to our advanced again, back down to visibility. Use pop-up, layout correct. Now when we select it from the library, hopefully it'll be there. There it is on the bottom, W form. Great. Now if you go on down, you can trigger it with the module, which is fine. You can choose a button if you want. Because the button is a module, you can have either of those for this particular instance. And as you can see below, you can do it on images, hyperlinks, page load, scroll, and exit intent. Exit intent is when they go up to click the close the tab, and they're fantastic options, they really are. But I'm going to leave mine on module because that'll work absolutely fine. You can choose where you want your pop-up trigger, inside or outside the pop-up. You can actually trigger it to auto close after a period of time. If you put that to yes, you can say close after 10 seconds. Entrance animation, you've got all kind of animations here. I'm going to leave mine on fade, and the same with the exit. Pop-up position, center is absolutely fine for me. Absolute, yeah, it wants to stay there even if people are scrolling up and down the site, so it'll stay where it's put. Don't want to use it as full width. I'm going to leave this just as it is. That works for me in most situations. It's got an overlay, that's fine, that's the sort of background. And show close button, and you can choose what icon you want for your close button. By default there's an X there, which, you know, that's pretty standard, so that works for me. If not, just choose another icon, and you can change the color obviously. So I think we're good to go. Okay, now we've got our button all taken care of. We need to save it to our library also. I'll see C button, contact button, and just save that. Now once saved, we can just delete our button, same as we did with the form. Save our page changes and exit the visual builder. Now to make this work, to turn our button into a widget, we need to go to our library. Now remember, this is only going to work if we've got enable Divi library shortcodes and enable Divi pop-up clicked to on there. Now to get to our library, just go down to Divi, and there we are, you'll see your library right there. Now on our library page, here's my contact button that we just created. Down the right hand side you'll see all the shortcodes with a unique shortcode for each module. I need to copy it, so left click on it to highlight it. Either right click and copy or hit Control C. Now we need to go to our widget area and create a widget with it. To do that, go down to Appearance, Widgets. I've already got mine open here. I'm going to go down to Footer Area 3, which is where I want to put it. And I need to put a text module in there so we can put our shortcode in there. Down the bottom I've got a text module right there. Just drag it up to the area. Put in a title if you wish. And paste the shortcode in below. Control V or right click and paste. And there's the shortcode. Let's save our changes. Now let's go back to our page, quickly refresh. And zoom down to the bottom, we should have a little purple button down there in area 3. Yep, there it is. There's our title, here's our button. Click on it. And there's that little form that we created. Now it's transparent. If you wanted a background behind it, you could simply put a background behind it in the module itself. And if you don't like what you see, you can go to your library and you've got an option to edit it right there. You don't have to redo the whole process. You can just go in and tweak it how you wish. But that works fine for me. We've got our submit button there, we've got a little capture, and click anywhere outside it, it'll close. That's a cool little feature to have on your site. So there is how to make a contact form pop up from a button and turn it into a widget. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please ring the bell, give it a thumbs up, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.